Hello. So in this video, I'm going to be going over exercise 5-1, enhance the invoice total application. So I've got the grading criteria open here. So it says in the if statements, modify type R, modify type C, add type T, add else, and modify to be case sensitive. So I'm going to go through that. So here you can see, here's the code. So for the if statements throughout here, it says if the text box, the text and text box customer type is equal to uppercase R or else lowercase r, so this is where it becomes case insensitive, and then the nested if statements, if the subtotal is less than 100, then the discount percent equals 0. Else if the subtotal is greater than or equal to 100 and also the subtotal is less than 250, then the discount percent equals basically 0.1 or 0.10%. And else if subtotal is greater than or equal to 250 and also subtotal is less than or equal to 500, then the discount percent equals 25%. The next is else if the subtotal is greater than 500, then the discount percent equals 30%. And then it ends those if statements there, and then goes to the next. It goes else if the text and text box customer type equals uppercase C and or lowercase c, so there's the case and sensitivity there. Then the discount percent is going to be 20%. Else if the text and text box customer type equals T, uppercase T or lowercase t, then the subtotal, or yeah, here we go. So it goes, and if the subtotal is less than 500, then the discount percent is going to be 40%. Else if the subtotal, if it's greater than or equal to 500, the discount percent will be 50%. And then the last, this else statement here, add the else. So if none of those situations apply, the discount percent is just going to be that 10%, and then it ends the if statements. So I'll run through that, show it works. You can do it. There it is. Move it over here a little bit so I can still get my code. Alright, so customer type, we'll start with R, and we'll do some applicable data for that. So if the subtotal is less than 100, it should be 0. So if we did 45, hit enter, it's 0. And staying in customer type R, what's the next one? The subtotal is greater than or equal to 100, less than 250. So we do like, well, 150 should work. It's greater than 100, less than 250. Yeah, it looks like that's right. It should be 10%, which it is. So that, and then what's the next one right here? So that one says if it's greater than or equal to 250, less than or equal to 500. So just do like 300 in there. Should be that 25%. It is. And if it's greater than 500, it should be 30. So 600. It's 30. And then if we go to the type C, for this one I'll just do the lowercase one so you can see how that's working. And this one says the discount percent, regardless, is going to be 20%. So I could just keep that like that, and if I hit enter, it should be 20%. And if I put this as a capital C and enter, yeah, still 20%. And then if we were to change this to T, see here, if the subtotal is less than 500, then it'll be 40%. So we'll do 222. It's going to be 40%. And then if we do the next part of it, which is if the subtotal is greater than or equal to 500, so we'll do 555. You do that 50%. And then let's just say we didn't have a customer type, and we just had a subtotal of 555. It's just going to give us that standard 10% discount. So that's all the if statements. And if I go real quick, uncomment all this. If and if, I'll comment all that out. This is how I left it when I was done, but I wanted to show this one first because of how the criteria was going through it. And so if we run this, it should do exactly the same thing. Actually, I'll go over the code first before I run it. So same thing, select the case for the text and text box customer type, and if the case is either uppercase R or lowercase r, so that case and sensitivity, then it's going to run through the same if statements that I have up here, basically just copy pasted, and then down here same thing for case C, uppercase or lowercase. It's going to have that discount percent, same as up here, and then case uppercase T, lowercase t, same thing as this one. And then otherwise, if none of these are applicable, it's just going to use that standard 10%, and then it ends it. So I'll run it. So same, capital R. If it's less than 100, 3, 0. And then if it's greater than 100, 101. In fact, let's change that to a lowercase r just to show that again. It's going to give you that 10%. And then if it's greater than or equal to 250, it's going to give you that 25%. And if it's greater than or equal to 500, 30%. It's going past that. Going past that to the case C. So uppercase C, discount percent regardless should be that 20. So it is. We change it to a lowercase c, still the same thing. If we do T, it's going to be, was this greater than or greater? If subtotal is greater than or equal to 500. I want to make sure. Let's see. Wait a second. What's going on here? Subtotal for T less than 500. What's that? Subtotal is greater than or equal to 500. It's equal to 50. Oh, I may have actually messed that up. The subtotal. What did I do there? I will just, I guess, recopy that. I must have hand jammed it in there wrong. Let me. Oh, I'm running the program. Of course I am. My apologies. Didn't catch that the first time around. Okay, so now that should be the same as this. So as if the subtotal is less than 500, so then the discount will be 20%. Else if the subtotal is greater than or equal to 500, the discount percent will be 50. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't catch that the first time. I must be tired, I guess. Anyway, so if I run that again, apologies. Okay, here we go. I thought that looked weird. Okay, so it's capital T, and if this is. I don't see a calendar set up for creating events. To link your calendar, visit the calendar settings in your Alexa app. I wasn't talking to you, Alexa. Sorry about that. So, all right, capital T. Subtotal, if it's less than 500, then it'll be 40%. So we have 400. We'll get that 40%. And then else if the subtotal is greater than or equal to 500, you get that 50%. And then if it's anything else, so basically there's no customer type, and we just type anything, so this 500, for example, it's going to give that standard 10% discount. Let's see, make sure hit everything in the grading criteria. So that was going over the if statements, the modifying the type RCT, adding that else, and modifying it so it's case insensitive. And then I also went over the implementing the select case and copying that if structure. So that is that's my program for exercise 5-1 in Unit 3. If you have any questions, please let me know. Thanks.